Hey, I'm Jason.
Hey, I'm Justin.
And this is Next. Did you know that whale vomit is worth about $60,000 per pound and is used in cosmetics like perfume?
Perfume and makeup and cosmetics with whale vomit. I think it's kind of interesting to think about it with how like a lot of movie stars, honestly, when you see them out there, singers like Kelly Clarkson or even like Katy Perry, people like that.
Just imagine them wearing whale vomit, just like rubbing it on their bodies.
Before
Before the show. Oh.
The next time you wear lipstick, ladies, just remember you're putting on whale vomit. So
Well, we don't know if it's in lipstick.
well, it's a
But when you or whatever, just think. Just think about it. Just think about it.
something to think about while you go on. But
Comment how you feel about wearing whale vomit every day.
I would like to wear whale vomit. But enough about whale vomit. Going on to other things that we can think about with what's going on with music and TV right now. Kelly Clarkson, the last month, came out with her new song, Dark Side, which a lot of people are, it's honestly got it up there with the ratings. People are really liking it right now.
The Hoobastank new album comes out actually the day after this airs, the September 11th. So you can buy that on iTunes or at any Fred Meyer or Walmart or Kmart or actually I don't really know much about Kmart. It's always weird going in there. But
Kmart doesn't have anything good.
Yeah, a new Mumford and Sons album Babel is coming out on September 25th, and the new Anne Boleyn album on October 16th.
I think people are going to get a real kick out of that. A lot of new music coming out that's going to be good. Maybe the radio will have something more to play than what they're playing now.
Yeah, I always say the radio needs to know that there is more than 5 songs in the world.
Yeah, honestly.
I saw a picture of that and was like, that is the truth, I'm going to use that from now on. And I still do.
The radio really does. I mean, I seriously heard them play 2 songs back to back in a row, and I was like... But with picking up...
It's the same with commercials, too. I saw the same commercial twice.
Back to back, and you're like, come on, there's more than one commercial, one funny commercial. By picking up from music, the perfect combination for music and TV show, Glee Season 4 coming out September 13th. Leah Michelle, Rachel Berry is in Indiana right now in New York after she just broke up with Finn. Finn's in the army, and so a new love interest is supposed to come in. Blake, the Glee Project Season 2 winner, is not supposed to come in until about episode 5, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how Ryan Murphy really does incorporate all these characters, the transition. Apparently Rachel's supposed to be in every episode.
Especially with Blake, because the Glee Project, since they have like 7 episodes guaranteed.
I'm guaranteed 7 or 8 episodes.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering like how are they going to put them in there like oh I just moved here or whatever, and then like when their episodes end up like do they die or something?
Well, what happened with the Glee Project Season 1 winner was he played an exchange student from, I believe, Ireland, and right now he said he couldn't come back this next year because his parents wouldn't let him extend his visa, so we're not going to be seeing Roy next season in Glee, but it's going to be interesting to see how they do this, especially with Kurt and Blaine, you know, everybody's favorite gay couple. Homosexuality is something not to laugh about. Yeah. We respect all of you, we love you, rainbows and unicorns. But what's going on with TV right now, I believe, let's see, we just talked about Glee, and The Walking Dead, Season 3, they'll be at the prison, so any of you comic fans, well, we obviously know that the series doesn't exactly follow the comics. There's some characters that are in the TV show that aren't in the comics, so I think it'll be interesting to see who lives, who dies. We don't know who's going to survive, honestly, where they're going to take this, but we do know the governor will be coming in, which is The Walking Dead's one of their biggest enemies or foes. But I know in the comics, this is going to be a spoiler for you guys, they might have in the show, that his wife Lori dies in the comics along with her baby.
Oh man.
But like we said, there's a lot of things that happen.
I hate it when babies die.
There's a lot of things that happened in the comic that happened in the show, things in the show that didn't happen in the comics. So I honestly want the baby to live, but Lori, honestly, she's kind of a whore. She banged her husband's best friend, Giv. She did think he was dead, but in all honesty, she was leading him on.
I mean, how long did she think he was dead?
Well, long enough for her to get pregnant, and she was about I think she's about 3 weeks pregnant right now. She just found out
3 weeks. Wow, that's a short time to
conceive. But I do know that she thought her husband was dead for about. He was in a coma for 6 months before the zombie apocalypse, but he was still alive. And then when the zombies attacked, his friend thought he was doing him a favor by locking him in a hospital room, which did save his life. I'll give him that. His best friend is dead now. But it's really interesting to see how, this baby, which is Shane's a baby, by the way. Well, as the comic said, they might change it up in the show again, take nothing granted from me. But I'm pretty sure they'll keep it as Shane's baby, which is going to add some drama. But Rick loves the baby as his own in the comics. And I know his son really does adapt to his younger sister. Yes, it was a female, but in the comics they both died. The governor killed them both. Therefore, Rick goes through a lot of moral turmoil. And honestly, what's going to be interesting about this next season is being in a prison. What kind of psychopaths are going to be in there?
Especially with this whole zombie invasion.
All I was going to say is watch out for tax creditors in prisons. They are not always tax creditors.
And taxidermies.
You'll find that out.
Look out for those too.
Think about that. Again, all you comic book lovers of The Walking Dead and zombie lovers, I'm excited for season 3 to come out.
My dad watches it. I haven't actually really watched it, but I was watching some clips last night of season 1, and I was really into these 2 to 4 minute clips. But we're actually gonna watch it, the season 3 together when it comes out. But speaking of The Walking Dead, we all know about the Walking Dead game. I mean, most people do. But in it, I got episode 1 because it's in 5 episodes. For a while, you actually are with Glenn, and then actually at the end of it, he's listening to the radio in the car, and they're talking about Atlanta, and he leaves to go join up with the TV show, which I thought was actually kind of cool.
How they made the game and the show connect. Glenn actually being inside the game, and then because they might incorporate the game even into the show. We don't know a lot of Glenn's background besides
if they ever meet a guy named Lee Everett, then he's from the game, a black guy from African American.
Yeah, but it will be really interesting, especially since that Asian just lost his virginity in the second season. Yeah, nothing happened, nothing showed. Obviously, stuff happened.
Yeah,
but
stuff happens.
Right now, with season 2 ending, they've left them all in a circle. Rick freaking out. Everybody is mad at Rick for the methods that he claimed to use. I honestly support Rick with his decisions. Everybody taking their anger out with him. Well, he wasn't the one that killed Shane. He killed him the first time, and I do believe his son killed him the second time, came back to life. But the secret is also revealed that they are all infected with the virus that turns them into zombies. And that was the secret from this first season when the scientist whispers something into Rick's ear. That the whole second season, what did that scientist say? Everyone makes these parodies. The Geico commercial thing comes in. But we all know now that they are infected, which would explain why when Shane was killed, he came back, and why when Shane snapped that kid's neck, he came back as a zombie. So it's going to be interesting to see how the virus takes over and affects everybody's mental state and how they plan to survive.
Well, back to the game. Back to games in general. We got Black Mesa Source coming out actually upcoming Friday. I don't know what time of day, but if you go to blackmesasource.com, they actually have a countdown, and then you can go converse with people on the forums. You can download the soundtrack for free, which I did, and it's awesome. It's an awesome soundtrack, and you can. It's like you can buy the soundtrack at whatever price you want, and that money is donation. But I just got it because I wanted it. I mean, I would have given them a donation and stuff because, what they're doing is awesome. Black Mesa Source is a Half Life 1, the first game. It's a remake on Valve's Source engine because Half-Life, Half-Life Decay, Half-Life Opposing Force, and Blue Shift are all made on the Gold Source engine, which is older. Oh, that's why Half-Life and Half-Life 2 got this huge jump in graphics and detail.
Resident Evil 6 coming out in October for Xbox, PS3, the PlayStation 3, and a PC. Now, Resident Evil 6 is the sixth major Resident Evil game. There are many off branches of it. They are bringing back every character, well, main character, Leon S. Kennedy. You have Chris Redfield. I believe it's Jake Muller, who is Wesker's son, and God knows how Wesker reproduced. But it's going to be interesting how they took the T-virus, the G-virus, and the parasite from Resident Evil 4 all into one virus known as the C-virus. This story takes place in 3 different areas. China, a place in Northern Europe, I believe, somewhere in the snow. That's all I saw from the trailer. And the United States. Leon being forced to execute the president who was infected, which makes me curious on what happened to Ashley from Resident Evil 4. She's probably dead, because we all know she's useless. Play Resident Evil 4.
I didn't know she was useless.
She is useless. She just screams and runs into traps, so...
Oh! The president's daughter.
Yes.
From 4.
From Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Ashley Graham is completely useless.
She did kind of seem a little dumb.
She opened a gate for me once. That was nice.
That's useful. That is the only thing that you need Ashley for.
For cutting down my game time 30 seconds.
Yep.
But, going on with Resident Evil 6...
Make her open a gate and then kill her.
The zombies are going to be to the next level. For Resident Evil 4, they weren't zombies. They were infected parasitic, puppets. With the parasite mixed with the other 2 viruses, with intention mutation, these zombies use weapons. They are intelligent. They can attack as one. They are like a society. Therefore, having zombies going to that level, I think it's going to be a very original zombie game.
It's going to be like a... well, the zombies from Resident Evil 6, I would say, are now like...
They're like revolutionized.
They're revolutionizing...
what zombies are going to be like now.
Yeah, and what zombies have ever been.
Because the only closest I've seen to a zombie use a weapon was Resident Evil 1, the movie, where the zombie had the pickaxe but didn't even use it. And the only other time I've seen zombies use a weapon was the 28 days or 28 week laters. But even then, they weren't even... 28 days, yes, and then 28 weeks. Where that's the only time I've seen it, and those aren't even zombies. So I think this is really going to revolutionize how we perceive zombies, and honestly, it's going to scare people a lot more.
Yeah, and I think the only time that I've actually seen like a zombie use something against me besides themselves is in Half Life. I'm not sure if they do it in the first one, but in the second one, they'll throw boxes at you, like just objects that are on the ground. They'll just chuck them at you. But they're not even really zombies. They're just the head crabs. Basically turn them into a zombie, but...
So pretty much for Resident Evil 6, take Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 2 and combine them together. Ironically, take 4 and 2 and you get 6. So that's going to be awesome.
I think they did that on purpose.
I think they did too. Off-branching that what's could be coming out in September as well for the movies, for everyone to love, your Resident Evil fans. Resident Evil 5, Alice, Wesker's obviously not dead, so the big explosion from Resident Evil 4 Afterlife, Wesker survived. Alice teams up with Leon and Ada, who will be premiering in this film, which means they're actually taking attributes from the games and putting them into the movies now. The games were always regarded better than the movies, in my opinion, because they're the original set, and I think, they really had to do better with the acting. Resident Evil 4 Afterlife, the acting was horrible. Honestly, Wesker was a wimp, 1 knife to the head, and he was out. I was like, really? That's not how it's going to work. But besides Resident Evil 5, I believe it's called Retribution, will be coming out. And then you have Resident Evil Damnation, which Leon is in a giant city where there seems to be some kind of civil war. And a bunch of liquors, for you Resident Evil fans know what those are just outbreak everywhere. So another off-branch of Resident Evil degeneration. So Resident Evil fans have a lot to look forward to this fall.
You remember, or did you know, about whale vomit?
$60,000 a pound.
Well, around a pound is about $60,000. This 8-year-old boy from Britain, I believe his name is Charlie Naismith, found about a pound of whale vomit. And from anyone who has read Moby Dick, which I haven't, I'm pretty sure you haven't, and if you've ever read up to chapter 92, apparently you find out that whale vomit is very valuable. But it looks like the Naismith family is just waiting to hear back from marine biologists on the quality. I don't know if that
So,
that would bump up the price if it was a good quality, or what?
well, apparently, guys, there's a quality to our vomit. So, bag your vomit, give it to some biologists, and see if it's good quality or not, and how much it is worth.
Only if you're a whale. I'm Jason.
I'm Justin.
That's Justin.
And this is
Goodbye.
awkward.